So this is gonna be a let's try of Quake 4, and this kind of sucks for me. I did a let's try, but there was a problem that I found a fix for afterwards. The image looked really bad, and by the lightning, and you had to fix it by turning off force ambient lighting. Otherwise, the game looks super bright, super weird, just absolutely crazy bad. Crazy weird. I'm just curious about one more thing here. Yeah, because I've done this is the good old games. I've tried to tweak the configuration files as much as I can. I have a Quake 4 tweaker GUI installed. Seems like it should be good. And to check something because I'm curious. Just double checking my settings, but force ambient lighting off is definitely really good to have. There we go. Okay, yeah. It seems that my settings are applied. So hopefully everything is fine. Except for one setting that really does not want to stick, but that's alright. My anti-aliasing settings is not being applied. So maybe you have seen me streaming Turbo Overkill. I'm gonna have to redo everything I said in the previous video, which sucks. I'm thinking of doing more streaming. Leave a comment if you like that or not. It's just easier for me because sometimes files are huge. I recently did a let's try of a game for 2 hours that was 90 gigabyte in recorded file size. Streaming means good things that you will get fresh content, you know, as is, and you can comment, and I will have a good chance of reading it before next time, and the bad thing is that you will get less videos if I do streaming. You will get less videos, but you will get longer videos or streams, and you can interact. So yeah, also it saves times for me because sometimes when you upload to YouTube, YouTube can take up to a day processing HD quality. Streaming is pretty much instant because it does it on the fly. Especially for HDR, HDR can take quite some time. So if I stream a let's try or whatever of something new, and I have to set it to not be visible until the day after, just because YouTube takes 6 to 12, sometimes 24 hours to process, and HDR can take even longer. But if I stream it, that means it will be available immediately and processed and available in HD quality within like an hour or two. At least the times that I tried this with Turbo Overkill. So yeah, but you can leave a comment if you think that's good or bad. But let's get into let's try again of Quake 4. So this isn't super fresh. I'm gonna start from beginning again. Audio is gonna be low with some super loud spikes, so it is what it is. At least now the lighting will be good and will make a huge impact, I feel, to this game. That's why I felt I need to redo Let's Try, because it wasn't fair to the game when it looks like it did without this fix. Or not fix, but with the forced ambient lighting turned on. Like the characters looked really weird because the lightning kind of affected and flattened their face, and yeah, it was just, it looked like crap, like worse than Doom 3, and this should not look worse than Doom 3. This is, to my knowledge, came out after Doom 3. This came out like 2005, right? And Doom 3 was like 2002, 2003. And even here I can see already it looks so much better. And another thing was there is a flashlight in this game. And before I applied disabled force ambient lighting, I couldn't even see any effect from the flashlight, which seems really weird. Because this is like Doom 3, kind of sci-fi with some horror vibe to it, scary vibes. And with the force ambient lighting turned on, all that mood was gone. It was not visible. So there's a ton of tweaks you can do, and I recommend you go into the PC Gaming Wiki. I might link that below, because there's too much things that I've fiddled around with to like point out in this video. But the biggest thing is, if the game has a really bright vibe to it when you try this or play this yourself, turn on the forced ambient lighting. In modern system that does not seem to be working.
Holy shit. This is some ride, eh, buddy?
I was curious to, you know, do a let's try from the Xbox 360 version, because with Xenia, you know, you can force, not force, but auto HDR works. But this game is not working well in emulator, so PC version is the way to go at the moment. Looks so different. It's a completely different game here. Force ambient lighting is just really destroyed the game's vibe. Now this is most likely not gonna be a playthrough, because I did not really I'm not feeling Doom 3 personally. It has a slower pace and everything, and this game kind of takes everything a step even further, right? In some ways, this to me feels like they could have done this outside of the Quake universe and it would have been received better. This has nothing, it doesn't feel like a Quake game to me. The pacing is slow, you have lots of mission going back and forward, and yeah. But I do feel that both Doom 3 and Quake 4 are games that would be perfect for remasters or remake, and add some heavy ray tracing, reflection and lightning. So yeah, this looks incredibly different right away.
Well, shit, you're not dead. Lucky for you, Lieutenant Voss was in a hurry to move out. Rhodes wanted to bury you. The LT left orders that everyone's supposed to hook up with the squad ASAP. Just go through those doors, you run into it eventually.
Yes, the model layer of the character looks different. It looks so weird, like flattened, and everything was super bright and just messed up. That's why I needed to do this again, and this it's not like a realistic good lightning flashlight here, but it is much it's working. It wasn't working, and I didn't need to use it because everything was super bright.
Here, let me heal you. I'm done. If you get hurt, find a medic. They'll heal you up.
So we're gonna play about an hour of this game again. But yeah, you walk super slow. This is your sprint speed, and this is your walk speed. Jump, crouch, very simple thing. But here, yeah, oh yeah, this piece looks so much more nicer. These shadow effects here. Whew. Lightning effects, yeah, ooh, yeah. This one is working. Graphically, it looks, you know, like it, maybe a little bit like a polished Doom 3 game, you know. If you like that, it's nice. There are some like upscale texture mods that you can get. I have not tried them because they are quite big to install, and yeah, the pacing of this game, I can't spoil that already. I wasn't a fan of Doom 3, so it's not gonna be a playthrough, I feel. And this is was free on Prime, Amazon Prime Gaming. That's why I'm giving this like a shot. I did try this back when it was released, and I just did not fall in love with it. Fell in love with the kind of pacing and the mission-based stuff back then, and not now also. Just, yeah. Does not have the Quake vibe gaming to it. Just like I felt that Doom 3 did not really have the Doom vibe to it. It's a game that should be on its own more, like the kind of Doom vibe or Quake like naming wasn't really super necessary for the games. And there's a crazy amount of screen shaking that is quite crazy in this game. I would really like to turn that one off. But graphically, you know, now doing this Let's Try again, like graphically and the vibe of the game is really good. Like this graphic is definitely, like even by today's standard, it does have a nice like graphical mood to it and feel. I definitely feel it's good that I'm doing a second like Let's Try with the proper lighting here. The only tweak I've done, you know, are, well, I can't really go through, but I went through PC Gaming Wikipedia, paid for Quake 4. I downloaded the Quake 4 tweaker to apply widescreen fix, and yeah, there was a separate widescreen fix also that I applied. Then I've gone through the config files with some tweak to try to maximize that. But if you think this game looks scary and you're not into that, turn on Force, you know, you should go into your settings and system, advanced, force ambient lighting to yes, and it might, for you on a modern system, make the game like a super bright. Everything will be just lit up without shadows or anything, so you won't get the same scary vibe if you like that. I guess it's a feature of modern systems. Yeah, this is not what I'm like into when it comes to Quake games. Slow movement, like this kind of lots of mission based where you kind of escort people. I'm gonna get an escort mission here to get the medic for this dude. No map. You can see here my mission's objective. Find Rhino squad medic and bring him back. So now I need to go back, get this, and then blah blah blah, and I need to protect them. So, graphically I wouldn't mind this, not even the sci-fi vibe here, but pacing and everything. Oh, that is so loud. I'm so sorry, I can do nothing about that. That's why the audio is so low for the characters, the voice acting, because of those spikes. And the slow movement here and the crazy screen shake and the hit scanning enemies, some of them, is really off-putting to me. Doom 3 did not feel like that. It just was that I didn't fall in love with the vibe of it, but I feel that you were a little bit faster in Doom 3 and there was less of hit scanning enemies in Doom 3 that just made it less of a problem. E. Right, now we're outdoor here, the fighting much brighter. But yeah, this, just like in Doom 3, like the lighting effects were top notch.
Okay.
There's a Marine down? Yeah, I can go. Lead the way.
Lead the way. Now we go back again. And this is the, just like, I think Doom 3 was one of the early ones that had this, just get close to some buttons that you, or panel that you can interact with, and you will just use your primary firing button to interact. I really like that kind of optimizations of the buttons.
So many lives wasted.
Orbital artillery has just been informed. Bombardment to commence in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, let's do this.
Like this, hit scanning, all the shakiness, like how do you dodge those in a good way?
Finally, a medic. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Here.
But if you like the vibe of Doom 3, this might definitely be worth a try for you. And if you don't mind like a slower paced, like a escort mission kind of style the game, this might be also worth a try. And I see why some people think this is the best Quake game in the series. Because it is different from blah blah blah. Because it's different from the previous more fast-paced, quicker shooters. This has more of a little bit of a tactical feel to it, or just a different vibe.
Ah, so you did survive. I won the bet with Rose. You're not properly introduced. I am Alejandro Cortez, Rhino Squad sharpshooter. Lieutenant Ross stationed me here to guard the flank. But you are to proceed that way and rendezvous with the rest of our squad.
But since I am so slow at moving, I don't feel like exploring too much. But I definitely feel that with the mods and everything, this would hold up pretty good by even today's standards, because yes, the lightning, there was something special when the Doom 3 came out. The lightning and the shadow that they have mastered. Also, definitely with the flashlight here, add such a nice little extra to it. And again, this is like a remaster here with ray traced shadows and lighting, and like would be so cool having that. I really feel that this would, like as a Doom 3 also, they really should go for that. Like a proper almost like a remake, like you make sure the lightning gets this feel, but with proper ray tracing, lifelike shadows and lightning would just and also Fear are like games that just would benefit so much from that. Really make it a really interesting experience. Like, if you were to get something like that, I probably would maybe even do a proper 100% playthrough of it just because of that.
We're being overrun. Launch an airstrike on our position now. We copy that. Strike to occur in 30 seconds.
Mayday, this is the USS Patton. We have sustained heavy damage.
Like the quick save is super fast, no stuttering or anything. That's definitely part of the older games. You know, less stuttering issue, and does feel to run pretty damn smooth, like 120 frames here. I have used the Quake 4 tweaker to bump up the frame rate, and it seems to be working good. Don't really experience any issues. Sleep nice. 120 frames here.
Kane, this is Bidwell. Don't make me come looking for you.
So you are alive. Damn, Cortez won the bet.
What have I missed?
Just getting started. We gotta take out that air defense cannon, but the Strog flyers are keeping us pinned down. There's no way to...
Sergeant Bidwell, this is Voss. I think I found a way to get at that cannon. Can you reach Kane?
He's right here, sir.
Good. Kane, go to the strong hairs. Viper squad will
It is so funny, like I played like 50 minutes Let's Try before, you know, fixing the lightning. And you can see how much,
Get to the hangar.
I can see in OBS how much more difficult it is to compress something like that. That file was like 7.5 gig big, and this so far is just 1.5 gigabytes, and I feel this is gonna be a bit, you know, a bit smaller just because it's more dark, more easier for compression. Another positive thing with getting the lightnings fixed. Yeah, all this screen shaking is definitely something, if this ever get a remaster or something, that you can minimize. There's quite some crazy screen shaking going on here. From the explosions, from just firing. Whew. I think it's a bit sad that not more games have this when you close the button that you can interact with just the primary firing button instead of having a dedicated interact button. I like button optimization. Very Doom 3-esque feeling here.
You ain't gonna like this, Will. You ain't gonna like this, Will.
Rhino Squad, eh?
So what are we gonna do here?
Our mission's to clear hostiles out of the hangars so a demolitions team can work safely. Unfortunately, comlink signals can't penetrate the rock of this mountain.
I suppose I could stay here and relay the comm signals for you guys.
That'd be great. Come on, let's go. Here, take this shotgun. It's gonna come in handy real soon.
So, I guess this is a powerful weapon, but you can't use the flashlight on it, which can be quite interesting.
Stand back! This one's mine. Got him, Marine! Got a strong in my sights. Target acquired.
Oh, that's some damage taken. I'm so used to the shotgun being the second weapon, but it is the third weapon in this in this game, which make me swap different or swapping weirdly for me. You know, I'm used to it being pistol, shotgun, machine gun, but this it is pistol, machine gun, shotgun.
Got a strong in my sights. Right here. Hope you like pain, freak.
Damn! Door's locked and it's our only way through.
A melee button in this. I think so, right? Not that it's super necessary or anything, but by menu, nail band, oh, 1, 2, 11 guns. This blaster isn't really useful. No, doesn't look like there's a melee. Nope.
That window's reinforced glass. It'd take a lot more than our weapons to break it. Hey, Kane, you're the scout. Why don't you see if there's another way into that section?
It has a nice sci-fi, you know, space vibe to it for sure. It's just the gameplay that just doesn't speak to me here. Maybe if I could move faster, it'd be different. No, maybe if the missions were tweaked differently. Wait a minute. Came in this way, right? What? Weird. You. Oh, right now. Now I remember from previously playing this. It was full damage, right? Yeah. Not very Quake-esque. Yeah. Why do you even need a walking buttons for this? Like, how often are you gonna go like this? Are you ever gonna do that? This is so slow.
It worked! Good job, Kane.
Bet the eggheads back at HQ would love to get their hands on this baby.
Viper Squad, this is Morris. HQ's finally located a demolitionist for the hangars. He should be there soon.
Thanks, Morris. Come on, we gotta move fast.
Pretty dead to me. I can fix your armor, Kane. This won't take long. Here, this should help. There, finished. Try to be more careful.
Alright, I can do this quickly as progress. But yeah, it's nice to try this after playing, you know, the re-release of Quake 2. So, some tweaking here and there to just check on this one, because, you know, more people mentioned that they liked this game and wanted a remake of it. And again, I can see that. The vibe of it is nice and everything.
This place?
But as a Quake, more Quake-style player, this doesn't really speak to me in the same way. But maybe you haven't heard or tried this, and maybe now you might be interested in trying this yourself. Because just because this isn't for me, I don't see anything that really is, like, bad about the game, right?
Shit.
The maybe only bad thing so far is the the slow speed combined with the hit scanning enemies, it feels a little bit unfair. But overall, it's quite a solid game. Graphically today, you know, with different weapons and stuff like that. And if you like the more of the slower paced and more mission and the kind of, you know, dark sky fight setting here, it's nothing bad at all.
The demolitionist is waiting for the all clear before advancing.
Ain't this just fucking sweet? Hold up a sec. Hold up. Ready? Go! The area appears secure. Hey, Morris, what's the ETA on the demo team? Lock and load! Morris, this is Viper Squad. We've made a successful sweep of the area, giving all clear to the demo team.
Kane, this is Morris. The demolitionist should be near the top of the elevator.
Yes, I am. Now double time it and meet me at the elevator.
Meet Road. Return to elevator, meet Rose. Yeah, this is again what I feel is not my ass. Going a little bit of back and forth here with this more little mission things.
Still alive and kicking, eh, Kane? I'm beginning to see how you made it off that space station.
Wait a minute. This is B Corporal Kane? Thought he'd be a lot bigger.
Rhodes, if you're done with Viper Squad, send them on down to my position.
They're on their way, Morris. Road's out. You heard, Morris. Get going.
Yes, sir.
Kane, try and keep the Strog off me. These charges I'm carrying don't react well to getting hit by weapons fire. And just so you know, these puppies go off. They're gonna take out you, me, and half this mountain.
And now we have a protection mission. You wonder why they went with the shotgun not having any flashlight on it. What's the decision? If it's powerful, so it's like, hey, you can use that, but you're gonna be at a disadvantage in some places.
I'm gonna paint the floors. They're flank clear. One's all mine.
There we go, that's one charge.
Okay, that's one.
Game save. Oh, it's checkpoints, autosaves also. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's see what you're made of, freak. Let's see what you're made of, freak. I'm gonna paint the floors with you.
You good, bro? Oh, I should have blown up with that. I think this is the next one. No? Yeah, I guess not. Is it down here? No? This way, maybe?
That's number 2. Come on, Kane. Let's go somewhere safe, and we can fire these charges off.
All right.
Follow me.
Follow you. I'm gonna try to protect you. I'm gonna stop the let's try after this. Yeah. I don't know, this slower paced and mission here doesn't really speak to me, so unless there are like several likes, multiple likes and or like comments that like, hey, you should really do a playthrough of this, you know, I'm not gonna do that unless that might happen.
HQ, charges are
Which I don't think it's gonna happen.
Detonation in 3, 2, 1.
So, probably gonna be it for me, this video. Unless people really want me to try to start a playthrough and go for.
Good. I've been looking forward to blowing that up.
Sorry, big boy. Falls wants you to stay put. Another team may need your services. Morris out.
Damn it. All right. Kane, go hook up with Morris. I'm gonna hang here. See you later.
So yeah, gonna exit, but I wanted to give this the proper let's try. And with the lightning, just everything being super bright, the entire screen, obviously that destroyed everything. So lightning here with no forced ambient lighting, it looks pretty damn good for even modern standard. You can see that it's an old game, but it still has a good vibe to it with all of the lightning and shadows going on. Gameplay wise, it feels very different from Doom 1, Doom 2, Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3. So, you know, it's like, if they would have not put it in like a Quake universe, I think this could have been received better. But I also see why they went this route, just like they did with Doom 3, because they wanted to, you know, progress, evolve the universe. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work, since they took a fast action-paced game and then slowed it down to more of a strategic, you know, kind of eerie horror vibe feeling. And it's too different of a progression, I can see. So, you know, the fans like me or others, you know, we are into the fast pace we are, and then it's kind of swapped genre entirely, and that's why it might have gotten too much negativity that it didn't deserve. Just like Doom 3 did not deserve that it had at the time quite a few negativity. And that's why I feel that Doom 2016 was better received, because hey, it went back, it toned down the horror elements, cranked up the action elements, and evolved that part. And that's why it got received as a great Doom game, and Doom Eternal also. Because it tried to take the action part, bump it up, and not trying to go a different way. And this, I can see again, if you not think that Quake 1 or 2, you know, they are alright, then this came out and it fits you more of the sci-fi horror vibe, slower pace, you might think that, hey, this is the best game ever. I respect that. But for me, you know, obviously, I liked Quake 1 really well, and Quake 2 was interesting, but also a bit different already in that part, you know. So I can see Quake had more, you know, since Quake 2 to Quake 4, it had more of this progressions. I can see it being more in line with the Quake universe, this Quake 4, than Doom 3 had, because Doom 1, Doom 2, and then it was like quite a crazy bump to Doom 3 in style changes and genre changes and everything. So yeah, you know, if you think this looks interesting, maybe you haven't heard of it, forgot about it, whatever, yes, you know, check it out. Available on good old games on Steam, maybe even on Game Pass. So you could try it maybe through that. I'm not sure about the Game Pass, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is available, because Quake 2 is available on Game Pass to my knowledge to this day. So yeah, if you really feel that I should try it to start and give a solid, you know, go for a playthrough, you know, comment or smash like buttons. If this somehow were to, you know, go above average when it comes to liking or comments about me, then I might start it. But, you know, otherwise, no, it's not really my game. I did try Doom 3 like maybe a year ago or something too, and really give it a solid try, and I got 50% in the game, and I'm just like, I've played this for 10-12 hours and I'm not really loving it anymore. And I was 50% through, I'm like, I know if I'm not liking it, I can't put another 10 hours into this. This is a 6-hour game. Maybe, you know, it would be more feasible for me to do it. I might check that, how long it might be, just for fun's sake. But yeah, I don't feel it's gonna be happening. But you know, you can check back to the channel for other Let's Tries or live streams and stuff like that. And like or comment again, depending on what you feel like, or thumbs down if this was a bad Let's Try, you know, video in general. And have a great day till next time. Bye.